Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David Kerr. I would like to welcome you to the presentation of our Virginia School District's Collaborative Technology Plan. Along with myself, Ms. Portia Campo, Ms. Adrienne Martin, and Mr. Charles Arnold have formed this committee at the request of our school board, largely because our children want technology. Our recommendation and our plan set in place here is based off of our education at Liberty University and our instruction by Dr. Beavers in spring 2015 of EDU 638. We've come together in this committee. It had to be compiled to choose this tech device. We wanted to bring in members from all the surrounding schools so that everybody had a feeling that they were there, that they were represented, that they had a voice. And our desire is that they will then go out and do what we call train a trainer. They're going to go back out to their schools and use the expert in the room mentality. Our mission is to provide each student with individual access to the information assets. We must fulfill the promise of our profession to teach the children what they need to know to succeed in this 21st century information age. Our vision: convert our district into a one-to-one school system by integrating the effective use of technology within all the classrooms. And our values, I call it face it. We have to face it that the technology is here and we're falling behind. But our values are faith, achievements, collaboration, equity, integrity, and temperance. Our goals. The first one: survey, access, and identify the infrastructure needs. That's what we did when we first came together. That's the very first goal that we set out on this page. Identify where our shortcomings were, how much it would cost to come out there. The initial expenditure, ladies and gentlemen, it is several million dollars, but the outcome is tremendous. All teachers, students, and support staff will be trained on the use of all of the technology and communications and websites and apps that are available, and our teachers will begin to use it in their classrooms. It will become an integral part of their classrooms. We will introduce the collaborative small group idea so that eventually we can develop these college and career ready standards based on 21st century tech skills that are measured through the Virginia Standards of Learning. The 21st century goals, the ones that we're really truly hitting on: creativity, collaboration, technological proficiency, digital responsibility, communication and critical thinking, entrepreneurship, and global awareness. We really want to focus on these sets. Bring in that creativity and collaboration. They have to be tech savvy before they do that. The digital responsibility, we have to ensure that we pay attention to the Children's Information Age Protection Act, the CAFA. We have to use the user responsibilities agreements between each of the school districts and the parents and the teachers. But we want to be able to, they can use all the tools available for communication. We want them to be able to critically think. We want to bring in this idea that, you can succeed anytime you find a hole that needs to be filled. And the global awareness idea is eventually we will start to adopt this outreach program where we can talk to other schools in other countries. So what's the rationale behind it all? Well, the very first thing we have to talk about is the support. The connectedness of students and teachers within the Web 2.0 environment constructs their community of practice and forms a seedbed for learning. And then the ISTE standards. These ideals are what gives us the support. Wherein does this play for the school? Well, each school, each teacher must have the input. Everybody's going to have mixed technical abilities. Some teachers are going to barely be able to type on the typewriter, let alone a computer. While others are going to maybe even be on the FBI watch list for hacking. You're going to definitely have some kids that kind of come up in that area. But we got to bring all this together. We have to identify and understand the technology needs and the costs. And we as a committee identified that this is going to be an initial cost, but it's also going to be an expenditure that will be around. We will have to have the funding to continually support this. But when we talk about costs, we don't talk about the cost savings normally. We never think about that. We just, the initial upfront cost is going to be set amount. But we can convert to digital textbooks. We can convert to a whole lot of different things that now we don't have to pay for that. We don't need to print out 157 copies of this for every student in this grade, or much more if it's a larger class, larger school. And then the tech support. We have to have the tech support. Again, it's going to be a cost, but the tech support is going to be available in the district as a whole. It's also going to be available in each school. You will have somebody there that's available. But the initial tech support is going to come from when we bring in these Google books. The Google company is sending out a team to train, and it's going to be kind of again the train the trainer mentality. They're going to train this group here, and then they're going to go back to their schools and they're going to train those teachers, and then go off from there. There's also going to be remote access for this, so they can come in and say, hey, you know what, I can't make it to that, but I know this school is doing it on this day, and I'll just log in on that day. And as long as we can prove that they did it, and they begin to adopt the lessons in their classes, we will succeed. And the expected outcomes. So we're going to get rid of the paper tests. The differentiation and training, the strategies will change. We will become more globally aware, for one. The kids can talk to, maybe you have a class in California that you want to talk to from Virginia. You get together, and the Virginia students may be, almost ready to get off from school, and the California kids are looking at, hey, it's almost lunchtime, but they'll still be able to talk. It'll make the world smaller. The tests obviously aren't going to be, none of the tests in Virginia are paper tests anyways, but we can start doing our in-class assessments off the paper. We can use the computers, and we can use these programs and these apps to identify where the weaknesses are that our students are displaying. Where does the funding come in? Well, one area, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They have grants that are available to bring in this stuff. We've already put the applications out there, and we're getting good results, or good feedback. Of course, the school budget, the annual district funding, we've already set aside funds. Obviously, we're looking for more, but we've got a small pocket of money for that. And the other options that we have are Cisco Foundation Technology Grant. We've already applied in there. Community involvement, local businesses and charters, and maybe even fundraisers to keep it going and get where we need to be. But the fact remains, the money is already set aside. We're trying to use these to ensure that everybody gets on board at the same time. So our timelines, spring 2015 through August, that's when the infrastructure will go into place. So we've already got great results from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, so we'll be able to start with the infrastructure on probably 90% of the schools. The other 10% we should hopefully have a results within the next 30 days. August through the first day of school, this will be our teacher professional development. Again, for those schools that are still working with the infrastructure, they can still attend the teacher professional development. It just won't be necessarily implemented on target for here, the implementation. So the first 9 weeks that we have is familiarization. Get the students in, get them used to using it, provide evening classes for the parents, questions and answers, start using Dropbox, start getting the parents and the students geared towards the grade so they can always see it. And by the second 9 weeks, it's full digital classroom accessibility. Your lessons will be put in through your Blackboard environment. They'll be emailed straight through here. The teachers will have that ability to manipulate their digital classroom, but the district and the schools will have specific requirements, and that's okay, because right here they learn how to do it. So ladies and gentlemen, I hope this puts your mind at ease about where we're going with this. Again, the children want technology. Our district demands it. ISDE standards reflect it, and the 21st century learning goals necessitate this implementation. If there's no questions, list of my references. And thank you very much.